All right, I think I am live. Hello, hello, Zen friends. Welcome, welcome to a special Sunday afternoon session where I do come back on to finish out all of the free readings that I did not get to in this morning's session. So thank you for your patience in getting to these readings. If you are enjoying getting your free readings, make sure to give the video a little thumbs up or the stream a thumbs up. Does help spread the Zen love. It shows me that you guys enjoy getting the free readings, and you're part of that love tsunami that helps just draw more love into the world. So thank you for that. After I'm done with the session, I will pin a comment with the order of all the readings completed with the timestamps, so that you can just click on it and go to your reading as well. So that'll be after we're done. I got about almost 30 free readings to do, so we'll do those. I did complete all of the donations this morning, including 4 from last night when the internet went. So thank you guys again so much for all your donations. It's how I earn my living. It's how I eat. So I am so grateful for all of your support. And for those of you, I know not everyone can give donations. That's why I try to complete as many free readings as I can. Sometimes I don't get to a whole lot. Friday, I got to everything. Thursday, nothing. Saturday, no free readings. Saturday night, none. Of course, this morning, none. So that's why I come back on Sunday afternoons to make sure at least you can get a message from Spirit. So again, if you're enjoying getting the free readings, make sure to do a thumbs up. It does spread the super Zen love that we all have. So I appreciate you. There is no chat because I'm not taking any new questions. This is all about completing the old ones. I am live on Thursday, Friday, Saturday nights from 6 to 9 p.m. Mountain Time. And then on Saturday and Sunday mornings, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Mountain Time. And then, of course, this session in the afternoon. All right. So let's get into it. I'm excited to see what Spirit has for everyone. So let me get in here. I'm like shaking the camera, and let me simmer down a little bit. All right. So up first, we will have Eagle. Let's grab your timestamp here. And you wanted a general for next week. Let's see what Spirit has here for you. What do they want you to know about next week, please? Hope you guys had a great weekend. I can't believe here it is, Sunday evening. Whoosh, whoosh. All right, you got the Queen of Cups and the Three of Wands coming in here for you, Eagle. You know, this does talk about, with new information, a change of direction here with the Three of Wands. It's the Three of Wands. The Queen of Cups is about trusting your empathic abilities, trusting your gut, trusting your instinct, your intuition on this. So this new information, it's not mental mind. Oh, I want to go this way instead. It's like, ooh, I don't know. That looks good, but something's going, spidey sense is going off. It's going, no, don't do it. Don't go that way. Trust that, because your heart and your intuition, that gut energy, is going to take you in the right direction. So trust that this week, when there's decisions to be made, or even if there's no decisions to be made, and out of the blue you start getting this, you haven't eaten any bad tacos or something, you're like, oh, okay, this is not gas, this is the Spirit. So your spirit guides are so funny. We're going to take a different direction and trust that, because that is for your highest. So I like that for you, Eagle. So thank you again for all your love and your support, and for the thumbs up if you're enjoying your readings. All right. So up next after that, we have Ateshi. So happy birthday, Ateshi. I will give you a little fortune cookie too for yours. Let me put it here so I don't forget. For your birthday. So happy birthday. Many blessings on your next rotation around the sun. May it be filled with so much unconditional love and joy and laughter and peace and gratitude that you can almost not stand it. It's going to be so awesome. So I send a blessing to you, my friend. All right. Let's see here. What should you expect in the outside world in this next year? So, of course, from Spirit, there are no shoulds. You get to control your energy of what you draw in. Based on your current energy, What do they want you to know is coming in the outside world for you in this next year? It's funny. They got the world. You have the world card. No. That came out with a bunch of others. Let's shuffle up here. And let me give you a little cheers off my coffee so I can take a sip too. So happy birthday. Cheers to you. Do that clink. All right. Without spilling it all over. All right. Here we go, Teshi. What does Spirit want you to know? All right. Here you go. All right. So there very much is. It's a strong spiritual connection over this next year. You have the High Priestess, the Six of Cups. The High Priestess is an energy of stepping away, connecting to the spirit world, looking behind the veil, excuse me, diving deep into your subconscious. And that's where with the Six of Cups, that's like past life emotional energies. So it feels like there's a lot of expansion into the spiritual world next year, especially in the area of connecting to that past life energy. It's really cool because I know like last year we grew a little bit into our subconscious world as humanity. So we got a little glimpse, like 1% more into our subconscious, which is one of the pathways to the Akashic records, where we're able to connect with all of our other lifetimes, with all the other emotions and the knowledge and the wisdom. This is focusing in on the emotional side of it. But this year it's been 1% every month more expansion. That's why we've been feeling so much emotion, feeling so like out of pocket, like we're almost maybe like have multiple personalities because we're feeling all this energy and these especially emotional energy from past lives. Well, from now until next year, you're just going to continue to grow and grow and expand and open that up. And it's important for you to just understand where all these emotions are coming in. It means you're going to have sparking. It's like new relationships with people that you recognize a familiarity, this close connection with them, and you never met them before. You're recognizing a lot of these individuals and characters that you've had past lives with. And then also with people you already know, you're going to recognize feelings that weren't there before that go deeper. Like you're like, why do I feel like a deeper level with this person for no reason at all? But very interesting. And then for your birthday message, for a happy birthday, let's see what they have here for you. So what do we have here for Ateshi's birthday? All right. Let me try refreshing here. I got one of those messages about an unstable connection. Let me make sure everyone can see me. In fact, let me just go on my phone here and just to make sure it's live still. We've been having fun with connections with the internet today and last night. So let me just see here. Maybe I need to go over here. Here we go. Oh, that's not live. Maybe I need to go over here. So hopefully, and there, I don't have a chat up, so you guys can't tell me. I know that's one of the things about not having a chat, right? Let me try one other thing. I might just try to refresh and hope everything is there. Let's see. Let's go here. Let's go to the channel. That's not working. Let's see. Let's go back here. Maybe I just need to go over here. I'm so sorry. If you guys can hear me, bear with me just a moment. I want to make sure that this is all working. I'm going to go over here in my other computer. I know it's so fancy. It's my old one that's on its way out. So that's why I got a new computer, because the other one wasn't doing too well. It was like airing out and delaying things and all sorts of fun stuff. Let me go here. Let me go here. Okay, I think it is live. That looks good there. Oh, you know what I wanted to do? So sorry. Thank you guys so much for being understanding. Mercury retrograde, blah, blah, blah. We love you, Mercury. You help us so much. You help us be so grateful when everything just works so well and runs so well, right? Let's see here. Okay, here we go.
Imagine being able to build anything for any reason.
Oh, look at an ad. I know. I try to minimize ads on it too. Okay. Hello. Okay. For your birthday. So happy birthday. You're going to recognize feelings that weren't there before that go deeper. Like over here. Here we go. All right. And then that's when it froze. Okay, good. So we got your reading in. Sorry, it shows that we're good and we're back live. So hopefully you guys are all seeing me well. According to this, we are doing good. So, so Ateshi, see your happy birthday. You got emerging. Wow, what a great energy here for you. Emerging, card number 16. That's coming in here. And it says, just as a new sprout pushes through the soil into the light, you are emerging this next year. Ideas and things that have been incubating within you for a long time are now moving toward manifestation. Your soul wants you to know this is an exciting time for you, an exciting year for you, right? Truly a period of new beginnings. Can't make this up. So perfect. Things for which you have been patiently waiting for a long time are about to manifest. A new seedling is most vulnerable. However, just as it emerges through the earth, it needs to be nourished and protected until it's strong enough to weather harsh climates. So you must take care to nurture your dreams and yourself in this tender time. Rest, eat well, drink plenty of water, and take healing baths. Get ready. A new joyous path awaits you. Beautiful. Your affirmation for this next year: I am emerging into the light with joy and ease. I love that. So that's what they have for you, my dear. So happy birthday to you. I think we are doing well here. I don't think it allows any comments yet. No. Okay. All right. So thank you guys again for your patience and getting through all of those technical issues. Let me move this other mouse out of the way. Don't need that there now. All right. Very good. All right. So up next, we have Touch of Love. You are up. Let's get your timestamp here. Hello, my friend. Nice to see you as well. You wanted to know, what does Spirit have for you today about love? Will someone be coming in this month? All right. Let's take a look here. What do they want you to know? They do want this one and this one here. So first of all, let's look. Anyone coming in? No. Well, this could be someone coming in, but the Devil card, when I get the Devil card, it is an energy of, shaking, rattling our cage. And it is, of course, kind of an energy of stepping stone, not a long-term, like forever relationship. It's a relationship that teaches you about your own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, right? So it could be coming in with that. The energy that you got of what they want you to know about love is you have the Four of Wands, which is a joyful celebration, a gathering kind of energy. It could be like you're being invited to a wedding or a birthday party, an anniversary, some sort of, joyous celebration gathering. It doesn't have to be a party, it just has to be like a gathering. And I feel like you do meet someone there, but this devil card, Capricorn, Saturn energy, it's all about showing you about yourself. I don't even feel like it goes beyond like talking at the gathering and really good conversations, da 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 da. But as you're talking and as you're having this conversation, you're like, whoop, your radar is going off, going, this seems like an old pattern of mine, and I'm not going to fall for this anymore because I don't. I'm not the same person anymore. But I see now, thank you for the reminder of that. Oh, yeah, this is why I don't go on dates. I'm going to go live my life, live my passion, enjoy what I'm doing, but I'm not going out on dates because this person kind of comes across as, they're doing the schmoozy, getting to know you and interest, and you're seeing right through the BS, right? And you're just like, what a great reminder. And so you enjoy it for what it is, and your little flirtiness back and forth and blah blah blah, because nothing's gonna come of it, and it's a nice little, just a nice little reminder. But that's what I feel. I feel like the biggest thing that Spirit is having you do right now is focus on living your dreams, living your passions, doing things you love, because it's in doing things you love is when you're going to bump into someone. So this one I feel is like at an event of some kind, though, not doing what you love. So hopefully that makes sense. That's what they have for you, my dear, my dear. So many blessings to you. All right. And then we have CJ coming in. Look, 1717 is yours. Anyone to know here, will you be physically, logistically able to make the 25 appointment? Okay, let's take a look here. So based on your current energies, will you be able to be physically and logistically able to make the 25 appointment? All right. We have the 7 of Pentacles, the 8 of Wands. It's going to appear that you can't with the 7 of Pentacles. But then it progresses to the 8 of Wands, which is go, 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 fast, fast, fast energy. So at first it's going to be like, I'm not going to be able to do this. There's too much in the way. And so it's like, okay, well, maybe I'll be able to get it next time, or well, let me just see how things unfold. Just if you feel like there's things that are keeping you from it, give it a little bit of time, because suddenly things are going to fall away and you're going to have the opportunity and you're like, oh, I can go now, zip, and go do it, right? So I do feel like things do at first feel like they're sluggish and you can't get there, but then suddenly things pick up and you're able to go very quickly. So that is what they have for you. Very easy breezy message there. Well, not really, right? But that's what they have for you, CJ. So thank you again. Many blessings to you. All right. And then Victoria Yubara Ramirez, let's grab your timestamp here. You want to know what's coming towards you this upcoming week. All right, Victoria, let's see what's going on here. Hope you're having a great day. Let's see. I don't want that one. I don't want that one. Well, I do want this one. So what's coming this week? Yeah, well, look at this. Divine masculine, divine feminine type energy coming in. You got the Moon card coming in and the Emperor. The Emperor, Aries energy, action energy. Moon energy, I just feel like there's revelations. The Moon is also kind of like the High Priestess, where there's a lot of hidden below the surface, but there's usually like a little crawdad or something crawling out of the water, which is something being revealed, which is the energy I'm picking up with this. And with this Emperor energy, I feel this is part of some decision that you need to make this week, or decisions, but a big decision, other smaller decisions. But it's about you really looking at that energy of But it's this emotional revelation. It's emotional information. It's not like mental mind data. It's this feeling. We had this with, I think, Eagle in the beginning, because there's this energy of trust your gut, trust your intuition, making decisions. Because it's like, what do I want? Not from your mind, but from your heart. What does my heart want? And then where's my gut telling me? Because I feel like there could be things that, like, well, from the mind standpoint and on paper, this looks like the best decision. But like I was telling Eagle, your spidey sense, whoop, 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 is going off. And you're like, I don't know. I'm feeling like I'm being held back. Trust that this week. Hold back. Trust that intuition. Trust your gut. Follow your heart and in making decisions, because those will take you down the easier path and bring you things that are more in alignment with your joy. So I feel like that is what they want you to know right now, Victoria. So many blessings to you, my dear. Have a great rest of your week. All right. And Somya, you are up. Got your timestamp here. So what is your next, what's the next phase of your life? Will it be a good one? It's menopause. That's the next, no, I'm just kidding. That's our next phase. The rest of it, it's puberty, and then it's menopause, or, whatever men go through. I'm sure we go through our own kind of menopause, midlife crisis, old age. Anyway, what's the next phase of your life? Well, that's that first. All right, they do want that one. And then what does that look like? Because, when we ask, will it be a good phase? That is totally up to us, right? Because really, from spirit standpoint, everything is a good phase. Everything is for us. Everything is adventure. So they don't have a judgment of good and bad. They're like, there is no bad. It's all for you. So it's all adventure. So it's all good, isn't it? That's the standpoint of spirit. And I can sit in that energy. And I know from a human standpoint, there's like, how can that be for me and be fun? But it's like when we get past it, we're like, oh, I understand what I wanted to experience and why I wanted that. Even if it's when we're on the other side looking back, we can go, yeah, that was a good experience. Is the human in me might be like, screw that, right? Anyway, what is the next phase of your life? Yeah, 10 of Swords. I know, right? Doesn't that look exciting and good? Well, the 10 of Swords is a good energy, because it's an ending of a cycle of, I'm sick and tired of living to try to please everyone else, to live up to everyone else's supposed to be and should be and need to be and expectations, and living my life because by everyone else's opinion, instead of, I'm ready to be me. I want to live my life. So your next phase is really letting go of so many expectations and going into this, I'm going to choose what I want. So that makes it good, because you're doing what you love and going in the direction you want. What wouldn't be wonderful about it, right? Yeah, it's the temperance, it's the patience, it's the alchemy. It's slowly moving towards something that turns to gold. And I like this. It's not an overnight process, of course, with the temperance card, but it is this energy of learning and growing and releasing these old thoughts and beliefs rooted in fear of rejection, fear of not being good enough, beliefs that you're small, you're powerless, fears that have held you back before. So there is this freedom kind of feeling that's coming here. And it is this, it shows you your magic. It shows you that you get to live your life how you want and not how everyone else wants you to. So it's a very, I would say freedom is your next phase. And it's awesome. All right. That's what they have for you, Somya. So many blessings to you. Right. Swarupa Bobby, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. And you'd like a love reading. Let's take a look here. What does Spirit have here for you? See, I'm kind of like shopping. Nope, I don't want that one. I want that one. I want this one. I like that power of choice energy coming in here for you. What do you want? Yeah, Page of Cups. This is higher love. This is new love. coming in. What is this other one? Page of Wands. Yeah, Page of Cups and Page of Wands. There is, one part of this reading for you with pages. Pages are like going from 10s to 11s, going to a new level, going to a new step, raising your love vibration. And I like this because with both of these, it's about one, realizing that any love of the outside world is a reflection of my inner love. And the best thing I can do for myself is find my self love, raise my self love, because my level of love vibration is either going to draw in lower vibrational stuff that I've done before, doing what I've always did, getting what I've always gotten, or higher vibration, gratitude, unconditional love, joy, laughter, right? That draws in something that matches that. So the Page of Cups and the Page of Wands is focusing your energy on focus, raise my love vibration. Let go of mindsets that don't serve him anymore, emotions that don't serve him anymore, energy that doesn't serve him anymore, things even in my physical world that don't serve him anymore. And I let all that go, right? So I like this energy that's coming in here with all of that, because that's number one. Number two is it is an opportunity for you to draw in someone that matches that energy. And I do feel like this is the nudge for you that your soul is wanting, because you don't want to repeat repetition or repeat performance of what we've had before. So it's really important to do that. The Page of Wands is when if I'm focusing on wanting and needing love, or I'm focusing on the fear of never finding love, I'm actually pushing love away from me, because that's all lack energy. But if I focus in on what love in my life, like it doesn't have to be romantic love, but what love do I have in the moment right now that I'm grateful for? And it's sincerely from the depths of your soul, this gratitude for the love that you have and the love that you have had in the past. It doesn't have to be, I love them, because someone didn't bring all perfect love, right? It's a human. There's not perfect love from a human, right? That's just fact, right? But I can think of the things I loved about being with someone. It doesn't have to be the entire experience. Picking. I loved this. I loved this. I love this. I'm so grateful for these. We're basically giving the universe the it's like if you ever have ordered sushi off of and they have a little sushi little little piece of paper, you put how many rolls of what you want, you're choosing and giving, going, this is what I want, and they're like, all right, order up. So really focusing on that, I feel, is the energy they want to bring around for you now. So hopefully that helps, Swaroop. That's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. All right. And then we have Aditi. Hello, Aditi. You are up here. Communication is coming your way. You're in a no contact situation. All right. Based on current energies, let's take a look here. You have the Three of Swords, which is expectations, equal disappointment. The Knight of Wands, move on. That's really what it is. The fastest moving knight. They're like, run. Don't look around. Don't turn back. Run. Just keep going forward. Don't turn back. This is this energy of, there isn't going to be reconciliation. There isn't going to be communication coming your way around this. And it's for you. I know it's hard when our heart loves who they. There's something even more amazing coming our way. We never downgrade. It's always an upgrade. And with this is an energy of, you know, um, disappointment, of an expectation of hearing from them or reconciling with them. You don't need to define yourself by their actions anymore. And this Three of Swords energy is realizing when we, question this long list of expectations we have in our head about what a relationship is supposed to be, who they're supposed to be, how it's supposed to go, who I'm supposed to be, what it's supposed to bring me, all that stuff sucks the life out of relationships. This is a focus of be on a quest with this Knight of Wands of where you focus your energy. It's been coming up a lot because I feel like this is the day and age where we're really learning that in relationships, when I focus on all that list, I end up focusing on what's not happening. Like they're doing this, or they're not doing this, they're not doing this. The relationship isn't bringing me this. We're checking off, yeah, it's bringing me this, it's bringing me this, but we're really focusing on what something is not bringing us. And then what that does is sucks the life out of something because we're focusing on lack, we're focusing on what's not happening. We get more of not happening, right? But as we focus on what we love and are grateful for in a relationship and who someone is, who I'm in the relationship, what it's bringing me, gratitude, 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 it is what expands. Expectations shrink and destroy and dematerialize or whatever, digest. Oh, that's kind of gross. It's like a giant stomach of emotion digesting the relationship. But it's, it dissolves. That's what I was thinking. It dissolves where gratitude expands and grows and reinforces. So it's something to learn in that. And you can learn from the relationship that you had of going, yeah, I realized I was focusing so much on the fear of not something happening or what isn't happening or what should be happening that's not, and I'm not getting the communication I think I need, and they're not doing this, I'm not doing this, it's not bringing me this. That's the downward spiral, right? But how often were we like, I'm so grateful for this that they're doing for the relationship, and how often do we share that with other people? Can you imagine being in a relationship where every day they're just telling you what they love about you specifically and the things they love about you, not nitpicking, not, you know, but the energy you feel is all about gratitude for being able to be around you and be with you. Are you going to want to go anywhere else, do anything else? No, you're going to want to give more to them too, right? So it's a very different type of approach. But I feel like that's what you are learning through that relationship. And that's what they want you to know right now. So hopefully that helps, Aditi. That's what they have. So hang in there. Many blessings to you. All right. And then we have Olivier Vagara. Hello, hello, my dear. Let's grab your timestamp. So you want to ask, will your brother's appeal come to his favor? Like, will it be positive? And the time period, what can we know about time? So number one, based on current energies, is it going to be positive, negative, or and then time period here, please. Can we know about time? Okay, thank you. I'm sure they're going to give you two for that. Let's see what we have. Page of Wands really depends on their energy. It's leaning towards positive here with the Page of Wands because that's like a higher upgrader kind of charged energy, but it's also a reminder that whatever I focus on is what I draw to me. So for his experience, if he's focusing on fear of not happening or lack or need instead of gratitude energy, which you know all about this, we talk about it all the time, right? But communicating that with them, going, if from the depths of your soul you can be grateful for the things that are in your life and the victories you have had, you'll get more victories. But if we're focusing on, and let me get more, right? Let's see, time period here. Yeah, we do have here the Knight of Cups, movement of emotion. I feel like it's going to happen here pretty quick. The Fool card is an ending of an old cycle, the beginning of a new adventure. So it feels like it's at the beginning of something, the beginning of a month, the beginning of a week. What are you telling me here? Beginning of a month is what feels more right with all of that. So I feel like the beginning of September, because October feels too far off. So I feel like the beginning of September, based on current energy, right, is when something comes in here. But again, higher vibration brings in things faster, lower vibration slows things down. So September is it feels like with the slowness of focusing on, because I do feel like they're focusing on lower vibration. But if they can focus on higher vibration, they can get an answer, a more positive answer, even sooner. I feel like it's leaning towards like this, but they kind of keep going back into fears. It only takes a little bit of gratitude and higher vibration to counteract a lot of lower vibration, which is great. It's like 4 days of low vibration, and I had 1 day of amazing higher vibration. That's strong enough to counteract everything else. That's what's wonderful about higher vibration. Otherwise, can you imagine if you had to make up for every single lower vibration? We probably, maybe that was the first iteration of humanity. We went extinct because it was so hard. We're like, we got to change this ratio. Stronger energy, lower. I think it's just natural. Love vibration is always a higher, more powerful energy. But hopefully that helps a little bit there, Olivier. So many blessings to you. All right. And then love is the most powerful force in the universe. Thank you for your dual donations earlier today. I appreciate those. For your free reading, you wanted a general reading for the person that was on your mind at the time that you posted your question. So let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know? Okay, I do feel like we get these two. Okay. So we do have the Emperor and the Four of Wands. Look at this, two fours, Roman numeral 4, and then the Four of Wands. Joy, celebration, gathering. It's interesting. This combination, I'm picturing in my mind, or they're showing me in my mind, like was it where you wear, not Mardi Gras, but it's a where you wear masks to a party, masquerade. Hello. That's what they call it, a masquerade. But it's like a masquerade. It's like a party where it's joyful celebration. It's joy, 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 party, party, party. Looking to put on, it's almost like they're putting on a facade of joy when they're really not that joyful. With this, so that's like this energy that I'm feeling with this individual. They are, with this Emperor card, in an energy of making decisions, trying to decide what they want, but they've been trying to live up to what everyone else has wanted them to be, it feels like. And so that's why they put on this facade of happiness, even though they're kind of feeling empty and miserable. It's like they feel lonely in a crowd, even because they're not being them true selves. They have to wear this mask and pretend to be someone else, and they feel like people aren't really paying attention to who they are. They're more focusing on trying to be something, so they feel exhausted. But they're in this point where they're ready to go, thank you, wait a minute, this is my life. Let's let all those opinions slide. I got to choose for me, make decisions about what I want, put a plan together, put action behind it, kind of energy. Aries, new birth energy. So I feel like they are ready for a new birth, ready to let go of trying to please everyone else and be more truer to themselves. So masquerade, if you're picking up feeling like there's more to them than meets the eye, you're right. They're not being their authentic self. They're being who they think everyone else wants them to be. So that's what's coming in. Hopefully that resonates. That's what they have for you, love. Many blessings. Maria P., you are up. Thank you for your donation earlier today and for your free reading. You wanted a general for you, and who? Of course it's Wally. Of course it is. Let's take a look here. I always have to give. Why do I razz you? It's like you're my little sister. I was the baby. But there's only two of us. So there was my older brother and there was me. So I didn't get to have a little sibling to pick on like my brother did. So now you guys get to get it all. Wow, this week. I really feel here this week is an important time for you to, and you got this. Oh my God, you got this in one of your readings. I think it was they were bringing it back because they were like, what can we expect this week? Rest. This is you going up to your high priestess temple to recharge, you mighty queen of wands. You need that energy. You need to be able to regenerate. But part of all this too, stepping away, going into your high priestess temple, connecting with spirit very much between these two. Queen of wands, she naturally has a connection to the spirit with the wands energy, but all the queens also have a cups behind the scenes. Normally the queen of wands off a black cat, which represents that emotional psychic connection to the spirit world. High priestess, very much that energy. So you've got all this. It's time for you to kind of take a big deep breath and step back and remember why you're here. Yeah, you're here to have joy and enjoy the adventure. But you can be losing yourself in someone's life, right? Making someone your life. This is a reminder that you're a powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being made of unconditional love. You've had many, 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 many different lifetimes with many, 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 many different other people. This is one experience, one movie that you're starring in. And this is one supporting character that's come into your life, right? Not the first, maybe not the last, but, you know, put it into perspective, see things from a higher perspective. Remember, you're a spiritual being having a human experience. And this human experience is fun and important, but it's important not to get caught up in your role, get caught up in that, they're my life. It's like, no, 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 no. It's a reminder. It's like a nudge. Come back to you, rest, rejuvenate, make sure to come back to you this week. So I feel like that's what they want you to know regarding your relationship, right? So that's what they have here. And many blessings. And you can tell because, like, of course, all your reading requests are about your relationship together. But what about the relationship with children? What about your adventure? Every once in a while, you ask about your job here and there, but all your questions are about you guys, right? Which I know that's a big thing going on in your life, but this is a reminder. There's more to your life than your relationship with them. So always good to remember. I used to always get lost in my relationships. I would abandon friends, even left my job and everything to move out of state with someone. I learned eventually. All right. That's all they have for you, do my dear. With much love. Many blessings. All right. So we are continuing. Let me make sure we're still live here. Let me just refresh real quick. Oh, another commercial. Oh my God, how many ads? I know. I do. I try to minimize as many ads as I can. That we are live. I can see myself. That's funny. I can see myself here, but to see myself on YouTube is funny too. Anyway, so here we go. All right, Andrea, 54 Hector, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. You want to know, does Jaime, your Leo, do they regret about a relationship? Do they have any regrets about the relationship being over because they're moving back to Chicago today? You're in Aries. Aries and Leos, oh my God, what a fiery time you guys must have, of course. We're more than just our sun signs. We're the soup of our entire planets, but that's the base. The base of the soup is our sun sign, right? So let's take a look here. Leos at a higher vibration do have, I wouldn't say regret, but they do see things outside of themselves. Lower expression Leos, it's all about them. They're like, what? What do you mean? Why would I regret? What's regret? That would mean I have to think about other things besides myself, right? Let's see here. Yeah, I would say here, the full card is, I don't want to say woohoo freedom, but that's the woohoo freedom. The devil card, let's put it in this way. The devil card feels like a cage, right? It's a reminder. It shakes and rattles our cage, our shadow, Capricorn, Saturn energy. That makes us look at, like, we realize how rules and expectations and intentions and blah, 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 feels like we're in this cage and should be's and need to be's and have to be's and must be's that comes in, right? Those things make a Leo feel like a caged lion. They like freedom. They like this fullness of flow. Not that Aries too, to an extent, right? A lot of the fire signs need to burn. They want to be a grass fire, not be a candle or be a pit fire where you're controlled. They want to just rage. That's the core of their fire. With fire signs normally, right? So they enjoyed what they had, but they're also okay that it's over, because now there's the freedom of restriction. There's no more I have to, do anything or have these expectations. Even if you didn't have expectations, they already were pre-programmed from growing up with their from their mom, parents, and everyone about the supposed to be of what you're supposed to do in a relationship and what people expect, and you should do this and should do that. So there is a bit of you going on your new adventure. They're like, how exciting for you. And they like that feeling. And then they go, I'm on my new adventure, because now there's the world is our oyster. Both of your worlds are full of possibilities. So I don't feel like they're a regret type of person. And that's what fire does, especially in, kind of male fire. Masculine fire energy is about burning forward. And when a fire burns, there's no fuel for it to burn backwards. So there's no turning back. It's always what's next. And so I feel like their energy is on like, what's coming next in my life? Not who. They're not like, next, you're out and someone else is in. They're like, all right, well, what's my life going to bring me now? So it's that kind of more energy, not so much more regret. And that's a good energy to have, honestly. It's because those expectations will trap us and they'll make us feel binded and bound and trapped and restricted and small. When we break free of our cage, freedom is a great energy. So that's what they have for you, Andrea. I know, but hang in there. Many blessings to you. You get to have your new adventure as well. All right. So Girl Gone Duffner, you are up. Look, you had 4747. You want to know, what does Nebeth Heka want to tell you? All right. I'm not familiar. That's not a person, is it? I feel like that's a divine energy. Woof. It's a powerful energy that I'm tapping into. What are you having me connect with? Girl Gone. I only channel love and light energy, so it doesn't matter if it's a lower vibration. All right, what do they want to tell you? Let's take a look here. All right, we got this one and this one. All right. A joyous transformation coming. You got the Four of Wands. The Death card is a death and a rebirth, but this Four of Wands, in addition to being a joyful celebration, it's about finding your people that you resonate with at your energetic level, like energies. And it's like there's this ending of, it'd be like with caterpillars, till a caterpillar goes into a cocoon, transforms, death card, right? Transforms, comes out a butterfly, and the caterpillars are like, what are you? And they're like, I'm a butterfly. And they're like, well, come eat leaves with us, I guess. If you want to come along with us, you look weird. And you've changed, right? Probably hear that a lot from old friends that haven't changed, that have stayed caterpillars. And there's this energy here of them drawing you, going, yeah, we're drawing you to people that are more in alignment with who you are and where your energy is at now. Butterflies, right? They don't eat leaves, they seek nectar in flowers. And they, of course, can flutter and fly and go 1,000 miles, where a caterpillar is like 1,000 miles. Oh my God, a mile seems like impossible. But I do feel like the message to you is that you are in a process or in a time in your life where old relationships are falling away because they don't serve you anymore and they can't fly where you need to fly. So it's okay to leave them behind and allow them to be where they're at, but seek more new butterflies. You will find butterflies in the butterfly garden, in this place that you're headed towards, where you're going, what you're drawn to. You'll find your tribe. You'll find your physical people. And I feel like they wanted you to know that this falling away of people is okay. You don't have to feel bad about it or try to save it or try to stuff your wings in a backpack so you can look like a caterpillar-ish. And they're like, why are your legs so long and thin? And when they're a little short and stubby, and you're like, uh-oh, you're going to be found out. You can't hide. So you don't have to worry about doing that. You can, be free with that. So hopefully that resonates and makes sense, but that's what they have for you, Gorgon. So many blessings to you. All right. All right. And then we have Carmel Damon. He had 5115. Look at that mirroring. You want to know why is DL thinking of you and their intentions towards you? Let's take a look here. So why is DL thinking about you and their intentions? Okay. Well, we do have the Sun card coming in here. If you can see it there. There you go. That's such a big brightness there. The Sun card is a card of warmth and victory and passion. A lot of passionate energy. Thinking of you because I don't feel like they're a very emotional person. On the surface, they're more express themselves through passion and energy, right? Not so much emotion, it's more motion, energy. But they see you as this warmth, this bright, passionate energy. And that's what's drawing them is this. And it makes sense too with intentions. Got the Empress card, which is a card, very divine feminine energy, but it is sensuality. It is creating something new. It is even, I don't know if they want to birth a baby, but it is. If you don't want one, be very careful. With this combo, it is all about growth and birthing of something new. But it does feel like they're wanting to do this. But behind the Empress rules over all four queens. It's 5 parts emotion, 1 part earth, 1 part fire, 1 part earth, fire, and earth, fire. Oh, no, earth, fire. Oh, and air. Hello. It's like, kept on going back to cups. I'm like, no, we already talked about cups. But so it's mainly a lot of emotional energy that they're seeking because they don't know how to get it within themselves because they haven't learned. They kind of learn to suppress their emotions, and that's why they express it through passion and intimacy and action, not emotion. But they are drawn to you for the emotion, so they're wanting to get emotion from you. The whole thing, though, with all this Carmel too, is just to realize, well, wait a minute, but I want emotion from you. I don't want to be what are you, an emotional vampire? And you just want to suck the emotion out of me? I also want emotion back. And if you can't give that to me, you have to decide if you're willing to be in a relationship with someone that isn't able to give emotion back, just take. So something to be aware of with that. So that is what I have right now for you there, Carmel. So any blessings to you. Hopefully that helps a little bit. Jazz, you are up. Let's grab yours. Timestamp here. And you said your dad is suggesting that you join a teaching job at a friend's college. Oh, aren't dads so helpful? That's a joke. Will this job be good for your career? So based on current energies, if you do select to take that up, what is the result towards your career? All right, I got that one. Okay, this one here. Well, it's helpful in a way, with the Tower card and the Judgment card. The Tower card is about, it's like the removal of something out of our life that no longer serves us, to make space for something that's more we want and the road we want to go. The Judgment card is like a calling, getting the calling, right? Your higher self drawing you to something that is what you want to do with your life, how you uniquely want to express the unconditional love in your heart with the world. So, is this good for your career? It's a blessing in disguise energy, because it's like, if you do it, you're going to be like, oh God, I definitely don't want to do this the rest of my life. I need to find something else I want to do. And it has you search and go a different direction than you thought you would. So it does it kind of puts you in alignment with something more in alignment with your higher self. So in a roundabout way, it does teach you that. Now, if you already are going into this going, oh God, please, brudda-zen, tell me something that will give me an excuse not to do this because I don't want to do it, right? Then there you go. There's your gift. Something you can do too. It's like, it's a one way to kind of get in tune with our emotions. I call it, it's called like casting lots. So if you take a coin, right? Heads I go, tails I stay home. I hightail it somewhere else, right? So you flip the coin and go, all right. And now if it comes up and you're like, all right, there's my answer, then you knew that's what you wanted. If it comes up the other option, you're like, that's 2 out of 3. You know that the other one is what you really wanted, because you're like, I don't like this answer. That tells us immediately that's not the direction I want to go. My mind might be telling me, yeah, you should, and you should do this, you're supposed to do this, blah blah blah. But when you flip that coin and it comes out, it don't lie. Your emotions, your heart is like, no, I don't want to go there, don't make me go, right? So anyway, that's what they have for you, Jazz. Hopefully that helps you for your decisions. All right, many blessings. All right. Then we have Johanna Lydia Lula. You are up. Hello. So you'd like a general reading. I have another Johanna here, which will be a few more away. So we'll circle around for you, Johanna. Jojo. So Johanna Lydia Lula, you'd like a general reading with the spirit. I want you to know right now what kind of guidance. Okay, I'm doing this one here. All right. So we do have the 10 of Cups. There is this desire for love, defining this joy and happiness in our life, in your life. The 3 of Pentacles is energy about being true to your authentic self, though. And what I'm getting with all of this here is, am I going to find love in life? How can I find love that will make me feel full? And this is the difference between the 3 of Pentacles is a creative energy. It's about going and doing something that you love, following your joy, living your passion, not looking for love, not looking for a relationship, not looking for a specific thing, but what brings you joy, allowing your joy to guide you. And you're like, oh, I love painting. I'm going to go paint. Help paint this mural on this school. I'm going to go help. I just love this. I'm living my passion. I'm doing this stuff. And in doing that, you bump into someone who's also living their passion. You have shared passions. Spark happens. A relationship organically grows, right? Versus having a more transactional type of search for a relationship, which is, I need someone in my life. It's like my heart is a corporation. I need to hire a position, and I'm putting out resumes, dating site, right? Or whatever. I'm taking applications. I'm allowing people to reach out. I'm doing background checks. I'm checking their social media. I'm interviewing, going on dates. And then I'm like, all right, this is the one that I want for the position. I allow that to come in. I hire them in that position. And then you find out they lied on their resume. You end up firing them. And then you have to go over it all over again. that feels like work, and that's transactional. You give me this, I give you this. That's the downward spiral of an unhealthy relationship, right? When we live our life and live our love and our passion, we bump into someone and it grows. It's a beautiful thing. It's I sparked with you and I want to do this with you. This other one is I have a position, you'll do, right? So I like this awareness. Hopefully that brings some clarity for you here for today. That's what they have for you right now. Right. So many blessings to you. Oh, right. Whoops. Don't do that. There we go. All right. And Kita Moore, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. I want to know, will you be able to go on the trip late September, early October as you're planning? All right. So based on current energies, what does that look like? Are you going to be able to go on this trip? Late September, early October. Okay, they want to pull two cards. We'll do September. All right, thank you. And then October. Let's see what we got here. Well, September's looking good with the 10 of Cups. That's joy, joy, and celebration. October feels like work with the Devil card. That's kind of a rattling of the cage energy. So it feels like September is a go. October doesn't look too favorable. Something to do with work because Saturn was ruled by Capricorn. That rules over the 10th house of work. And that's what's really standing up here, that I don't feel like you would be able to go in October, just work related again. But September is looking positive for you there. So I like that for you, Ankita. That's what they have for you, my dear. So many blessings to you. All right. All right. Hopefully I don't murder this too much. Yagrita Duta, or Dutta. I probably totally murdered that. My biggest apologies. You wanted to know, when will your ex contact you? All right. Let's take a look here. When will your ex contact you? Based on current energies. Okay. Right. So we've got the Two of Swords and the Eight of Swords. This isn't like a date going, okay, this is when it's going to happen. This is saying the only way that this is going to happen is if both of you, with the two swords, that's the two swords they're saying are the both of you, let go of expectations, let go of stories, long held beliefs that have made both of you in different ways feel blinded and bound and trapped and restricted and small. Some long held beliefs about expectations around supposed to be, should be, need to be, have to be, must be. Because if we don't change that mindset, we're going to keep doing what we've always did and getting what we've always gotten. And I know they are like done experiencing that same repetitive cycle. They're like, I just can't do it. You are very patient and strong and persevere. If it's love, I will do it. Right. They're a little more, I'm tired. So the only way for this to happen is for you to change your expectations, your long list of, supposed to be and should be, need to be about who they're supposed to be, who they're supposed to be in the relationship, what the relationship is supposed to bring and progress, and what you're supposed to be in the relationship, and all that. It's exhausting and it sucks the life out. And they have their own set that they had growing up. You have your own set growing up. They're contradicting in some ways. That's where all the battling that happened here as well, which you can see how beliefs are blinding both of these characters. And you guys don't see it. You just are really focused in on, this is how things are supposed to be. That's where all the battling and the arguing happens. So in order for them to contact you, it's you working on that in you, which I have no doubt you have the capacity and ability, and most likely I've already been doing. The problem is, how much do you think stubborn bullhead over there, how would they change mindset and belief. Very, very less likely. That's why I don't feel like there's a date of like it will happen, because I feel like it's very unlikely that they will change. And so there's no draw for that. So I know, but it's for you. I mean, you deserve to be with someone that wants to do the work and willing to do the work and willing to, make change, and not just, expect everyone else to do the work, right? I know. So you deserve to be with someone like yourself, right? So anyway, that's what they have for you, my dear. So many blessings for you. Hang in there. All right, Jojo, you are up. Let's see, we got 105.43 for you. You'd like an oracle. Let's see, I do have the little soul coaching oracle, so still had those out. Let's grab your fortune cookie. Not your fortune cookie, it's your oracle. Let's see what message Spirit has here for you. Oh, look at that. Success. Looks like the Wizard of Oz. You're headed off to down the yellow staired road. Stairs road. Staired? Yeah, staired road. Not brick. It looks like stairs all the way. You're going to get your steps in for sure. You're going to have great thighs or legs, right, from doing stairs. All right, let's see what they have here. Inner and outer success is coming your way. The gates of triumph are waiting to open deep and wide for you. Accept that you're already a winner, and even more victories will expand in your life. Your soul wants you to know being successful is a state of mind. The more you feel it, the more love, prosperity, fame, and fortune will pour into your life. If a situation knocks you over, get up and brush yourself off and discover what you learned. You aren't a failure if you fall down, only if you stay down. So keep going and believe in yourself. Celebrate even the smallest victories that occur in your life. Beautiful. Affirmation: success fills my life in ways beyond my greatest expectations. Wow. I love that for you. That's what they have for you, Jojo. So many blessings to you. I like it. I like it. Is that an Academy Award? Is that what it is? Are you winning an award? Fame. Did you ever watch that growing up? I'm gonna live forever. the School of the Arts, right? So maybe that's a message for you, right? You're gonna go to the School of the Arts. All right. So many blessings, my dear. Good to see you. Sleep well. All right. And then we have here Sudeshna Ghosh. So Sudeshna, thank you for your donations this weekend and this morning. You want to know what's coming into your love life? Let's take a look here. All right. Well, boom. Here we go. So you get 3 cards. Yeah. So you do have here, I mean, there's the, okay, we'll start off with this one, because you got the 6 of Swords, which is about leaving behind old ways of thinking that don't serve you anymore, right? We talk about all that the time, right? Letting go of the expectations, the small t truths about what a relationship should be, supposed to be, how it's all supposed to unfold, all this cage of that's over your heart, right? But it's moving from choppy waters to calmer waters and looking at things differently, because you have this death and this rebirth, which this is what this is all about, is an ending of old ways of looking at things and letting old relationships, old emotions, thoughts, beliefs, let a lot of stuff go so that you can move forward. And you have the power. You have everything within you to make your love dreams come true, not over a particular person. Just saying. I know, brudda-zen, I know. But there is this, freeing, knowing that your energy, you're in control of where you go. You're not in the back seat of a car being driven around. Again, I'm the one that drives the car of my life. I'm the one that's, has the reins of the horse of the cart. I'm the one that takes us where we're going, right? I'm not in the back being driven around somewhere and I just have to go along with whatever's happening. No, my energy is what brings in what it matches it draws in whatever it is at. So we talk about gratitude, about what we have and have had. We draw in more things that match that energy. I focus on fear. I focus on want and need energy. I draw in stuff that matches lack energy and lower vibration instead, which, right, we don't want that. So I love this. It's like what's coming into your love life, whatever you decide to focus on is what's being drawn in. And I like that vagueness in a way for this reading, because it is this time in your life to realize that we're not at the whim of the outside world. Even the universe isn't going, here, let me meddle in your life and I'm going to bring you what I think is best for you, because they don't have an opinion. They see everything as an adventure. They don't see one person as right and one is wrong. They see that one will bring you this, that one would bring you this, that one would bring you this. All of it's exciting and their from their perspective. So they don't meddle in all that. They're just, it's like you asking, well, I'd like a cupcake, right? Let's say that's, asking for a partner for life, right? I would like a cupcake. And they're like, all right, what flavor cupcake would you like? Well, what should I have? Like, what are you hungry for? What's your taste? I don't know. I don't want to pick the wrong one. What should I have? You know, everyone tell me what I should eat. And then they're like, well, eat this. And you're like, but I'm allergic to this. Like, tough, eat it. No, it's you get to decide what you want to do with your life. These analogies they bring, your spirit guides bring through are hilarious. I love it. So hopefully that helps a little bit there for you, Sudeshna. I like that. All right. Many blessings. All right. Ashish, you are up at exactly 1 minute 12. I'm sorry, 1 hour, 12 minutes. So 1:12:00. And you'd like any advice on your life journey? Well, with this 1, 1, 2, and then 0, 0, that's like a 1. You're at a 1 stage, you went to another stage, and now you're like, what's next with these zeros with that 1, 12, 0, 0, right? 1, 1, 2, 0, 0. What's coming next? It's exciting. It's like embracing the unknown kind of energy. I like it. Let's see what we have here. I know it's a tough thing to do. Trust me, after working in corporate life for a long time, and then for a year after I left corporate life, Spirit was like, I was like, well, I'm going to start. I want to get into stuff. No, you just need to relax. You need to decompress from all that rat race. And I'm like, but I need to do. And they're like, no, you don't. You can sit still. And I'm like, what? That was my higher self. That was what I instructed them to do. Of course, they weren't just bullying me or anything. I told them before I came down here, I need that to learn to embrace the unknown. What's next? I don't know, but let's be okay with not knowing, right? Advice on your life journey. Yeah, you got the 6 of Pentacles on the Justice card. A lot of balancing energy. Of course, you can see the scales, but the 6 of Pentacles usually does also have scales on it. And it's this balance. And, advice for your life journey is realize you're living 2 different lives, right? You're living the life from the human perspective, very influenced by a lot of small t truths rooted in fear, a lot of opinion you've been given from your life from other humans who also have no idea what they're doing, but they're giving you a lot of advice and a lot of opinions going, this is how you should be, this is how you should live, this is how things should unfold. And then the other side of things, that's the human character we're living. But behind this human character is an actor, a powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being made of unconditional love that sees everything from the higher perspective. So when anything's going on in life, even in readings, really, we can look at it from 2 different standpoints. Why is the human experiencing what they're experiencing? What's triggering in them? Why is it triggering? Why is it happening? But then the capital W, why it's really happening. What's the purpose of it, right? We understand a story, but what's the moral of the story, right? It's like I'm experiencing something. I understand why my human is freaking out about this, but why am I freaking out in this moment? What was the design What was I to glean from freaking out in this moment, right? And not that you're freaking out, that's just my example. But I like this because it's all about balance of the outside world, but the balance of the outside world starts with the balance in here, because I don't see the world as it is. I see the world as I am. So if I'm out of balance in here, then I'm going to be out of balance out here. But the more I understand and look to that capital T truth of from a place of unconditional love, why is this happening for me versus our human perspective of why is this happening to me? I get a good understanding of what's really going on and I can see things differently. So I feel like the advice on your life journey is just to realize it's always perfect. It's always perfect from our higher, the most important view, even though sometimes things look like we feel like we're on an out of control drama train that's about to leap off the tracks and explode somewhere. It's not. It's very always a perfect adventure for us, no matter what decisions we make. It's not right or wrong. It's just different choices with different experiences. Not a wrong choice that brings us wrong experiences and wrong outcomes, but or right experience or right choices that bring us right experiences and right outcomes. There's just different choices that bring us different outcomes and different experiences. So hopefully that helps. I like that for you. All right, Ashish, so many blessings to you. Right. And then Sean G, you are up 116.36. Look at those sixes. All right, so will that lawyer file the petition this week? So based on current energies, will they do that? I know that your week projection, it came up. I feel like maybe it's just I'm hoping it for you, but let's take a look here. All right. It is definitely possible here with the Queen of Swords and the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords is nightmare and insomnia, right? Queen of Swords is balance your head and your heart, right? So I do feel like so much, here's that, and look at the bottom of the deck, you got the Nine of Pentacles, financial independence. Woo-woo. But this talks about here, right? And we talk about it all the time, especially regarding this situation. If I'm focusing on want and need and expectations and they're not doing what I think they're supposed to do, they should have already done this by now. Lack energy, lack energy, lack energy, bringing us more lack energy. Instead, if we can pull back from all that, and that's the hard part, right? Pull back and take a lot of deep breaths, do Lamaze, right? And step back and go, all right, so what am I grateful for? Start with that position, right? Just what am I grateful for in my life right now? Grateful for this. I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for this and that. All right. I'm in the state of gratitude. Now let me approach the situation and go, all right, what am I grateful for that has happened in this from my core, my being? Not just, okay, I'm grateful, but really, what am I truly grateful for? The core of my being about what has happened regarding this situation. And I start having gratitude around this and that. And I release the timing that's supposed to be, right? That expectation of they should have done this 2 months ago and I should have had the money already and I needed it for this and I needed it for that. Yeah, I get it. That's our human side. And if our human wants to explore and face a lot of that repetition of that, we will, right? So more power to us if we want to do that. Trust me, I know I learned a lot of stuff the repetitive hard way. That's how I love to learn. So never any judgment for me. But I like that, it's awareness that if I balance this head of expectations with my heart, return to this place of balanced gratitude where I release and go, Creator, I trust you. I don't trust humans, but I trust you, Creator, right? I don't trust lawyers. I don't trust the court. Well, there's reasons why, right? But humans are fickle and unstable. And so we understand the only one I can really trust is the upper realm because they don't have ulterior motives. They don't have fear that makes them do stupid stuff. But I go, Creator, I trust that you will bring me the perfect solution to this in the perfect timing, in the perfect way. That timing thing is but the perfect way. And so I'm going to trust and know that everything is happening for me, and I release it to you. I surrender it to you, right? And I feel like if you do that, that balance, that's where this possibility of it happening this week is. But it's all about, as soon as we let go, you know, and it's truly letting go. It's not pretending to let go. I know how it's like when you stop looking for love, you'll find it. Okay, I'm not looking for love. I'm not looking for love. It's like, I think you are. So we're like, I'm grateful, then some things can happen. So I like that for you, Shanji. That's what they have for you right now. I know. But anyway, many blessings to you. Thank you for your donations earlier today and this weekend too. I appreciate that. All right. And then we have NGK. Is that, I'm probably not saying this correctly. ANGEKQ. You want a reading? You said, can I get a reading, please? Let's give you a general reading. I didn't see any other questions, so we'll give you a general reading, see what Spirit has here for you, with what you have on your mind, or at least the time that when you were typing that out. Yeah. You got the Hermit card with the Page of Wands. The Hermit card is an energy of being alone and being pulled to communicate with Spirit, to see things higher, to learn more about your true power. And you have it here with the Page of Wands that comes in here. The Page of Wands is about you grasping the magic wand, stepping into that power of where I focus my energy is what I draw to me. And I feel like with this Hermit card, there has been this period, it feels like it's been slow, it's been pulling you away, kind of pocketing in a way, not to the extent like maybe you do feel like you're in solitary confinement sometimes, right? But you're kind of feel like you're pulled away. But it's to show you that you are the one in control of your life, and that what you focus on is what you draw to you. And it's in this silence, it's in this pocket, it's in this quietness that you're able to really test it. And because it's so quiet, when you're focusing on something and it gets drawn to you, you recognize that I was focusing on this and it drew it to me. I was focusing on that, and that I drew that energy toward me. When your life is full of bzzz, you don't know what is causing what, but when it's really quiet and it's very non-active, you recognize the power, you recognize the patterns. And I feel like that's what they want you to know right now. It's important for you to step back, recognize that you are driving the bus of your life. The creator is your co-creator. They're going off of your energy, wherever you're focusing on your higher vibration or lower vibration. Am I focusing on gratitude and unconditional love and joy and laughter and peace and play? I get more energy that matches that higher vibrational events and people and experiences. If I'm focusing on fear, if I'm focusing on lack or want or need, that kind of, I'm drawing in stuff that matches events, people, and situations that match that as well. So it's important energy to be aware of right now. And I feel like that's what they wanted you to know, why the pocketing away was designed for this time in your life, so that you could learn this, but it is for you. It's not a punishment. You're not in prison, but you're able to really grab back your power through these experiences, and that puts you in a whole different place in your life than if it hadn't happened. So hopefully that makes sense. That's what they have for you. So many blessings to you. All right. And let's see here. All right. So we do have Debbie O. Texas. Look, 12424. I love it. And thank you for understanding about the free reading here. I like that. So was your Pisces a past life connection? Let's take a look here and see what they have here. You didn't feel nervous around him. Friends for over 10 years, connected after your father passed. He lives in San Antonio. I lived in San Antonio. I think I told you that already. And he lives and you live in Houston. Yep. Let's see here. With the Five of Cups, the Eight of Pentacles, this doesn't feel like an energy of like past life, like deep past life connections. Like in this lifetime, they kind of were a co-star, like in a co-starring role, not even co-star, but a big supporting role. Like, wow, they were in a lot of scenes in your movie, right? In past lifetimes, I feel like they had shorter scenes, because the Five of Cups, it feels like that they, like in past lifetimes, they taught you about emotions. They allowed you to experience lower vibrational emotions so you could transform them. Eight of Pentacles is the putting in the blood, the sweat, the tears to see the transformation, part of the transformation process. So they're not so much a big, um, I would say piece of furniture, like I forget how they say it, but it's like something that's in your life. Like, whoa! It's more something that is a tool that's used in different lifetimes. But I don't feel like in the past lifetimes in this humanity, based on this timeline, that they weren't that big of a role. Yeah, you interacted with each other, but never to the extent and depth that you did in this lifetime. But they did help you in past lifetimes too, to realize things, transform things, especially emotions. Um, but again, it's more of I feel like, especially that Eight of Pentacles, it's more like a tool to make something than the creation of something together. So it's not someone working alongside of you. They were like the hammer that helped hammer something out. This lifetime, it was more a human that was there helping, but more so it was like they were still a human in those lifetimes, but not as big of a role as this one. Hopefully that makes sense. All right, so that's what they have for you, my dear. Thank you again for your donation earlier today as well. Many blessings to you. All right, and then air. Up like 127.27. I love this. So, did you do right by sending Scorpio that voice message? He hasn't listened to it yet. We'll see here. Because from a spirit standpoint, there is no right or wrong. There's just different choices with different experiences and different outcomes. And so we'll kind of just look into the energy of this. Because spirit is more about, they don't want to get involved in our power of choice. They want to honor it. They want us to be able to choose. It's like a little kid, and they're like, before we come down here, we're like, I want to make choices. I want to experience this free will and power of choice, which we have on the other side. Just it's not a difficult choice. It's like, do you want to live in this palace or in a mosquito-ridden swamp? You're like, palace. That's the other side, right? We're like, there's no choice, because we'd rather be in an unconditional love than lower vibration. Here on this planet is one of the few where we have a choice between lower vibration, higher vibration, and we are like, well, let me try this lower vibration. That's why we come here, draws us here, right? So it's more about what something tastes like. So they've been using an example like cupcake. If you're like, did I choose the right cupcake? Well, what cupcake were you hungry for? And you're like, well, I wanted something chocolatey with some cream filling inside of it. Well, why did you choose the vanilla, paprika one? That sounds gross. And you're like, oh, well, if you wanted that taste, then you want this cupcake. So that's what we ask them, right? And this is what we'll ask them here is, we'll pull two cards. One is sending the Scorpio the voicemail message. What energy accompanies that? And if I didn't send them there, what kind of energy would I have experienced? And then you can go, what is it that I wanted to experience, right? And then you can go, okay, that is what I wanted. Not so much right and wrong, but did I is it going to bring me what I think it will? Is it going to bring me the result I wanted, right? All right, let's take a look. Just to clarify, I know. Okay, can I just have a yes or a no? Not from spirit. All right, let's take a look here. So the first one is sending this message. What kind of energy do you have with it? We have the Four of Cups. It's a stable emotional energy, but it's also kind of represents stagnancy and boredom and kind of beep. It's like it's not it's a dead heart, not a beating heart. In a way, it's kind of just feels like it doesn't impact them a whole lot. If you hadn't, just a matter of time with the Temperance card. It's still it's slowness, it's patience. It's like, had you not, I feel like you would have eventually run out of patience anyway, and I don't feel like you'd have gotten a different result anyway. He hasn't listened to it yet. I feel like he's just kind of in a place, and it's not really directed at you, but the Four of Cups normally has someone like leaned up against a tree, the Three Cups in front of them, and they're like bored out of their gourd. They're just like, ugh, these things, these three cups of the outside world are not filling me up emotionally like they said that they're supposed to, right? That's the three cups of relationships of all kinds, situations of all kinds, and things of all kinds. And those are the three big cups that everything really falls into, that we're taught. Look at these things. These things will fulfill you, and none of them do, because what we're looking for is inside of us. That's what the Ace of Cups coming from the side in the original tarot being offered is our Ace of Cups higher love. We are the chalice. We fill up with that love. It fills us up and overflows. Then everything in the outside world is above and beyond extra, instead of feeling shallow, instead of feeling like it's falling short. It's not fulfilling for them. So I feel like they're in a place of just emotional stagnancy, not with just you, but with everyone. Nothing feels exciting. Nothing isn't, drawing them. And that's why I feel they hadn't listened to it yet, because they're just like, it's going to be a message like all the others that I've gotten from people, I'm sure. Just that's like feels like they're empty, because they feel empty because they haven't turned inward and upward yet. So hopefully that gives you a little more perspective on them and life and choices. But that's what they have right now. So many blessings to you. All right, Ashvin Ray, you're at 133 even. Look at this. All these numbers repeating suddenly. Okay. And you wanted to know, what are their thoughts of you? Does she love you, or is she just playing games? All right, based on current energies, let's tap into their feelings for you here. Well, thoughts. Let's thoughts first, right? What does she think of you? And then the emotions. So their thoughts of you, well, I do have the Knight of Cups. So they do see you as a romantic person, as a mover of emotion, someone seeking love. And so they do see you as someone that is searching, that wants love, on the prowl. You're on a quest for love. You're a knight in shining armor on a quest for love, looking for the romance, looking for that, fantasy world of, the knight and the maiden. And, they're like, oh, okay. So they think that's their perception, is like, oh, you're searching for that. Now, does she love you, or is she just playing games? With a Justice card here, they're more of an air sign. They're more, balancing things out. I don't feel like it's playing games, but I don't feel like they love you, because they're air signy. Being an air sign, and all the air signs out there can probably relate a bit, that their experience is mental, focused, not so much emotional connected. They're still going to feel emotions and stuff, but it's like that's just the background emotional music they put to the mental story that's unfolding in here. So I do feel here that they're glad that you're want this story of romance and the knight in shining armor, but I feel like you're more of the emotional one in the relationship, and they're the more of the mental logic story um, individual. And you're like, you know, are there emotions in there? But there are. It's just they go mainly off of this mental story that's unfolding rather than the emotional story. And you're more of the emotional story that puts the movie. It's like you create the emotional musical soundtrack first, then you create the movie around the emotion. They create the movie and then fill in the emotional soundtrack after it. So you're kind of coming about it from two different directions, and that may be why you kind of are speaking two different languages as far as when it comes to relationships. So maybe understanding that can give you a little more clarity on what's going on there. All right, so that's what they have for you, Ashvin. That they definitely, I feel like they do want to have something. It's just it's going to be from two different worlds, right? So just to be aware of that. All right. And then Lucky, you are coming in here. So Lucky, you want to know what is the end result of this troublemaker neighbors? They continue to create trouble that are not their concerns. You put up no trespassing signs, and complaints from the HOA office seem to be active. When do they plan to move back to their roots in a Trinidadian upbringing? Okay. So number one, what's the end result of this with this neighbors based on current energies, and when, if they are going to move back to their roots? All right. So number one, you've got the Queen of Cups coming in here. The end result of this troublemaker energy. You know, Queen of Cups energy, I mean, they are the ruler, the master of emotion. And I feel like there's more below the surface. This is reminding me of like the high priestess energy, which she's the revealer of truth, getting the revealer of secrets. Now, so something to realize from a human standpoint, you're judging these people by their actions and non-actions, their, and all that, because you were raised with all these rules about what people are supposed to do and not supposed to do. They don't have those same rules. That's where your conflict is coming in, right? From a human standpoint. From an emotional, higher vibrational, like the reason, the moral to the story of why this is all going on is they are here to show you what you want to see about yourself, to set you free. They are playing a role for you, and until that role has been uh, finished, until you have seen what you want to see about yourself, they're hanging around. And if not them, if they leave, someone else will come in some other area of your life, or into the same house or the same apartment or the same residence, and you'll be like, oh my God, why is this happening to me, right? This is this whole thing of this is happening for you. So some things that just jump out, you know, when the people are not troublemakers, our thought and judgment judges them as troublemakers, but they're not. In reality, they're not. But the story that you're putting them in a villain role so that you can experience being a victim, right? Once you're done feeling like a victim, then you'll release them and yourself from these roles and embrace what's going on inside of you, right? Um, they continue to create trouble. They are creating the opportunity for you to create trouble in your own brain, because the trouble happens here, not out there. That just happens. People do stuff like that all the time, but the trouble is the story that we put a story of trouble. They're trouble, they're causing trouble, they're breaking the law, they're not obeying the rules. Some of this kind of feels with this Queen of Cups that it comes down from a deep emotional energy below the surface, right? Were you held to a very high standard growing up? Were you punished a lot for stepping outside of the rules? And so you were taught very much, you must obey, you must obey. And so it's very stringent about everything must be according to these rules that you have in your head, which don't match the rules of everyone else in their head either. You are a troublemaking neighbor to them. What? I know. Why do you keep causing them trouble, Lucky? Why do you keep turning them in? Why do you keep causing a ruckus? Why did you put up these signs to taunt them, to tell them, look, don't trespass. Whatever you do, don't trespass. They're like, you're inviting me to trespass. Why are you putting that energy out? Why are you doing that to me? This is how we're like, wait, that's not right. Well, in their minds, if that's how they're thinking and you're acting the way you are, who's to say who's right or wrong? Well, of course, we know that in our lives, our thoughts and expectations are the correct ones. Everyone thinks that. Everyone else is wrong. We're right. My way is the right way. Everyone else needs to get on board, right? But when we accept people, and if you listen to this morning's sessions, there was this great, in fact, I might just read it again here. We have I accept others as they are energy. And I'm going to read, let's see, what is this, number 46? I'm going to read this little blurb in here for you. I feel like this is good for all of us. It says, how much energy do you spend wishing people were different? Wanting your partner to be more attentive, your friends to be more reliable, your colleagues to be more efficient, your neighbors to be more neighborly. I'll add that in there. This desire for others to change often causes frustration, disappointment, and tension. It's a path that inevitably leads to resentment, both for you and for those you're trying to change. So this card is an invitation to release your expectations of others and find peace in acceptance. Doesn't mean you agree with every choice someone makes. Doesn't even mean you have to keep them in your life. It simply means you're no longer using your energy to try to mold them into someone else. When we stop trying to change people, we begin to truly see them. We open ourselves to learning from their perspectives and appreciating their unique journey, a journey shaped by their own experiences, their own choices, and their own lessons. Letting go of the blinders of what should be allows us to love people for who they truly are, not for who you wish they would be. For the people you love and support, remember, no one thrives when they feel judged or pressured to be different. They flourish when we believe in them, see their potential, and accept them fully. Sometimes what people need most is for us to have faith in them and their ability to find their own way. Very powerful energy. In fact, when I was reading that, they were telling me, I bet you that them being Trinidadian, I probably murdered how to say that, but being from Trinidad, right, that they have been judged harshly and treated poorly a lot, to where their experiences have formed their own anger, their own resentments, which then results in, when we go into, when all of us feel unsafe or out of control, we go into fight or flight mode, and they go into fight mode. So they are more fighters than they are fleers, because they've had a fight for themselves for so long. But that whole piece of understanding, when we stop judging people harshly, we start understanding them more. Maybe that's part of the journey. Maybe that's why this is happening for you. Only you will know what I'm learning as I'm going through this. Why did I want this to happen for me? How is this going to change my life, right? And then when do they plan on moving back? They are moving in with you. You guys are going to be closest of friends. Look, I mean, they are so intertwined. We ain't going nowhere. We are in your face, like I was saying, until you're you've learned what they've wanted to learn. They have been the perfect teachers to try to show you what you want to see about yourself until you see it, right? So they ain't going anywhere, Lucky. I know, in that motivation. Okay, I'm going to do my inner work right now. All right, hang in there, my friend. All right, that's what they have for you. All right, and then Flo, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. So, hi, my name is Flo. You want to know what are E's feelings towards you? Let's take a look here. What are E's current feelings towards you? All right, and I do want this one too. All right. They've got issues, Flo. Well, we all do, right? But your spirit guides, girl, he got issues. You know, the Five of Pentacles is the fear of lack, fear of being abandoned, fear of being left out in the cold. They've got a lot. This King of Swords has them. There's so much in their head that when we're talking about feelings, I don't even know if they are aware of what their feelings are. I feel like that's numb, or they're kept in a containment field, a padded cell with soundproof walls. Their heart is kept there. The heart, I feel, for so long they had to push down their emotions so long. They live most of their life out of their brain. It could be an air sign too, or Capricorn, Virgo, or have a lot of air in their chart, but or an air moon, because it's like they live their experience from their brain and their mind, but they've got all these fears, this construct of all these rules of supposed to be and should be and need to be and have to be and must be's, that they more look like, from a heart standpoint, because it's so bullied by their brain, they're like, people are threats that are going to leave me and abandon me. That's what people do. That's what their mindset is. I get abandoned. I'm not enough. People can't bring me enough. I end up being left behind and abandoned. And so this energy here, that's why it says they got some big, long held belief systems that are so, it just makes my heart ache for them, because I do feel that feeling of such abandonment that they're feeling. So it's not my heart aching, it's their heart aching, is what Spirit is saying. It's like, this is their heartache. They're like, I want to be loved, but I'm so afraid to love, because whenever I love, I get left behind. I'm afraid to be vulnerable. So it's all shut down, and they live their life by their brain. Now, there are feelings down in there, but I don't feel like they're going to get out anytime soon. Here, Flo. I might flow on by this one if you can, because it's going to be a while. Unless you're okay waiting, unless you're okay having just more, like, I don't need emotion from them. That's fine. I feel like eventually you'll be like, oh, okay, no, I need emotion from them. I need to move forward. So I feel like if you don't do it now, you'll do it later anyway. But something to think about with all that. So that's what they got for you, Flo. All right. So many blessings to you. Hang in there, my dear. All right. And then lastly but not leastly, we've got Reichi 00000. And yours is at 14900. And you'd like a general reading. Let's take a look here and see what we have here for you. Hopefully I didn't miss anyone. If I did, my deepest apologies. I scoured the chat for everyone, so hopefully I didn't miss anyone. If I did, please let me know. Right, so we got this one here for you, Reishi. What else? What else do they want you to know right now? All right. All right, look at this. Look at this. So you've got the star card coming in here, which is like a dream come true kind of energy. Like, what is my dream? Wishing upon a star. And the Page of Cups. I do feel like this is leaning a little towards, I mean, it can be love, But it can be really anything in our life, because when the Page of Cups is about following our heart, we kind of have two dreams in our life, at least. One dream is of the mind. It's all this opinion we've been given all our life of, this is what your dream come true is. This is what you should pursue. Relationships, jobs, education, money, possessions, your body. This is what your dream come true is. And we're inundated and given all these opinions from people growing up. Culture, society, our family, school, movies, books, whatever we've read and seen, and it's all given us all the stuff. When we've come up, our mind is formulated. All right, here's our dream come true. And then we wake up every day going, oh crap, I got to go live my dream today. We realize that's not our dream, it's someone else's dream that we've taken on. The other part of the dream, which is what the Page of Cups is our heart has its true dream. It knows what it wants, and that's the true dream of what we want to achieve, how we want to express the love that we have inside of us with the world. It's the joy that we have. Where's our joy leading us? That's the true wishing upon a star dream come true. Disney, this other is like, ugh, that's my dream. It's more of a job objective than it is a dream. And finding out the difference between the two is when we close our eyes and open our heart. We kind of step out of our brain, go down a spiral staircase to our heart, knock, 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 talk to our heart. We probably haven't talked to them in a while because our brain bullied it so much. But it is that energy of spending some time with our heart and going, what is the joy? What's the last 5 times my heart has been filled with joy? Like my heart wanted to dance, my heart wanted to sing. What are those situations? And that can give us guidance into where we're going. Because we follow our mind, we'll end up existing. We follow our heart, we end up living. And I feel like that's what's coming in there for you. So there you go. All right, everybody. Well, that's it for this evening. Thank you again for your patience in getting to your reading. I will post a pinned comment here in a moment listing the order of all the readings and the timestamps for those. So you will be able to find your reading lickety split. I'll be back on Thursday. I'm on Thursday, Friday, Saturday nights from 6 to 9 p.m. Mountain. Saturday and Sunday mornings, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Mountain Time. Of course, this session in the afternoon. If I don't get to everything in the morning, which I normally don't on Sundays, I usually come back on for an hour or 2 or 3 sometimes. So look out for me then if you'd like to join me. Also, I offer personal readings and an energetic hedge. All that information linked in the description box of the video down below if you're interested. And soon we'll be having a new podcast called The Easier Path with Brudda-zen. We're getting there. It's probably going to launch on September 1st, Labor Day, Monday. Woo! All right. Until then, remember, every second of every day of your life, you truly are eternally and unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things, our Creator. And of course, I love you too. So until I see you again, much love to you. Hang in there. Take care of yourself. Remember, have some fun. Because why being so serious? All right, guys, I love you. We'll see you soon.